Introducing Pulsair. This is Pulsair country. In the long-established and competitive business of blending, there have been very few new ideas over the years. Pulsair is the new idea. Pulsair's secret is the bubble, actually the sequential introduction of air through the use of a large single-controlled bubble. By using a pulse system of releasing compressed air at the bottom of the tank, Pulsair creates large controlled bubbles. As they rise, they move and blend more material in less time. Let me show you with a few diagrams how Pulsair builds their bubble. As the pulses are released on the underside of the accumulator plates, a plate attached to the bottom of your tank, heavier liquids are forced out and away from the plates. Then, the pulses quickly wrap around the accumulator plates as the heavier particles rush back to fill the void. The pulses form large oval-shaped bubbles which rise toward the surface, displacing the liquids above them and pulling the bottom-level liquids upward. This creates immediate vertical circulation, involving 100% of the tank's contents.
A study of Pulsair mixing at the Department of Energy's Hanford nuclear site examined the generation of the Pulsair bubble using high-speed video. Note the distance the air pulse travels away from the plate before the bubble begins to form, and then the reversal of force at the tank bottom as the bubble begins to rise. Here is bubble generation in real time. An indication of the mixing force is the surface effect and the reflection of the wave from the side of the tank. At greater depths, the mixing action is just as effective, but it produces a more gentle rolling motion at the surface. Pulsair offers several unique advantages over conventional mixing equipment. It can be easily installed where needed without complicated mechanical or electrical support, as in this grit chamber at a municipal wastewater treatment plant. At this plant, there are two tanks side by side which are mixed with a single Pulsair system. The system can mix tank A, tank B, or tanks A and B simultaneously. This reduced the customer's capital costs significantly and also resulted in dramatic energy savings. In another multiple tank installation, there is a third tank behind the tank seen at the left. Maximum efficiency is obtained by mixing all three tanks with a single Pulsair system. Here, the Pulsair controller is seen in the upper left of the picture, and the filter, regulator, and injection valves are mounted below the controller. The tank is a horizontal cylindrical tank, which is a very challenging configuration for most mixing methods, but is quite easy with the Pulsair system. This is a unique application of Pulsair technology. The camera is mounted on top of a railroad tank car, looking down through the center hatch. Approximately 20,000 gallons of water is being mixed by an engineered Pulsair system, which includes 5 accumulator plates attached to the floor of the tank. After letting the water come to rest, a Pulsair TNR 1000 portable mixer is started in the car. The entire 20,000 gallons is set in motion in a matter of seconds, producing an end-to-end flow pattern that fully mixes the car in approximately 12 minutes. Pulsair's advantages in speed and efficiency become even greater in larger tanks, as with this industrial wastewater equalization tank. The Pulsair components outside the tank are much the same as for smaller tanks. The controller, filter, remote piloted regulator, and injection valves. Whereas smaller tanks would have 1 or 2 injection valves, this system has 3, visible at the left here. In larger systems, there might be as many as 7 injection valves. Note that there are no moving parts and that everything which requires maintenance is here outside the tank. Scheduled maintenance for this system consists of changing air filter elements and requires about 1 hour per year. In this tank, notice that there is also an aeration system. By combining Pulsair with aeration, extraordinary efficiencies in treatment become available at depths far greater than the capability of conventional treatment methods. Pulsair, fast, efficient mixing that reduces capital investment, lowers energy requirements and operating costs, and works in tanks of any size and any configuration.